It's Sobriedad. I'm the queen of healthy Latin cooking, and you're in my kitchen for Sobriedad Beer's cooking show. I wanted to come to the camera with my weight loss story. The reason my cooking show exists is because of my weight loss. Totally. If you don't know, I was 220 pounds and born male. And then now being like 136 pounds, maintaining like a 70, 75 pound weight loss for 33 years. Because I'm 63. It was at the age of 30 that I got a grip to my lifestyle, regimen, plan. And then I was willing. You know what? I was ready. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, they say. I was. So as a child, the focus on me was always what the doctor was telling my mom, which was that your child has to lose weight. My mom helping me and me trying to lose weight. As a kid, like this was the focus. Besides the teasing, I just didn't fit in. And it was so uncomfortable shopping for clothes, going into the husky department. I felt a lot of shame. Like I yearned to be like a muscular, flat-chested boy. I already had boobs as a kid, which came in handy later. I felt so out of place. So body dysphoria got kicked in early. I just grew up with this fascination with food. It started that way, and then it turned on me later. In the early years as a kid, it was just fun, right? Like sugar and cake and candy and chips and all of that. It was a coping mechanism. So I just have to watch how I use food. So it was all about that through like my childhood and junior high and then high school. We all know what overeating is, right? We all know how to do it. We know how to do it well. Some of us know about that. But not too many of us know what to do about it. I had done every diet. Think Thin, Weight Watchers, diet pills, over-exercising, bulimia, anorexia, all of that. But that's all rooted in eating disorders. I was wrapped up in that. So what I needed was a good food plan that wasn't deprivative. I needed to recognize what my trigger foods were, foods that if I started consuming them, I would be hard to stop. And I did identify those foods, which is sugar and white flour. And then alcohol too. Once I had alcohol in my system, I couldn't stop drinking. I would black out and be a mess. First, I was just trying to find a food plan that I could stick to. That had to be number one. And that probably is by itself what could work for a lot of people. But identifying what triggers you emotionally, what people trigger you, what situations trigger you. So I'm gonna say that too then, therapy. I had therapy throughout. Because I knew I had a problem with food. I knew I had a problem with life. I needed to like rework like how I was seeing life, how I was gonna react and respond to life. But I needed to get my head clear, so I needed to get sober. And I needed to get sober with the food. And understand that that's why this cooking show is called Sobriedad. Sobriedad in Spanish is sobriety. I changed the spelling a little bit. The premise of the show is to share with you a sober eating lifestyle and a sober lifestyle. Thinking sober, acting sober, not perfect, but to the best of my ability. Because I could like have my weight down for a while and be all over the place. And I have been because this is a journey. There's never for me going to be a final destination. But I think I'm getting to a nicer place lately. And definitely I call it keeping my food down, maintaining my weight, not eating over emotions and circumstances. Allows me to grow up and face the world and face everything about it. So I've gone up and down in weight all my life, and I will say that I've had surgery to remove the excess skin. I've lost and gained hundreds of pounds. It freed me. I am so free now because my body is somewhat like a normal human. It's a lot of scars, but just recently I bought a 2-piece bikini. You're not going to see my face today, maybe just a little bit, but I want you to see this. Soraya's giving you the body. I am going to give you the body. I look really good in it. I had a lot of loose skin all over the place, and that was trimmed out. I'm really grateful. Not everybody gets to do that, but that was my choice. That's my life. But let's get back to weight. And what is it going to be for you to put the food down and keep it down? If that's what you want. That's what you want. Some people could be grossly obese. And you look at them. I saw a person today, and that person was so attractive and so well put together style-wise. And they were letting their body just be their body, not hiding any of it, with some really nice, tight, cute little outfit. Everything from head to toe on point, but grossly obese. The human walked like she was 130 pounds, like me. You know, I'm 136. The human was very big. And I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't be that big. I could, but I would not keep myself clean like that. I would not look that cute. I wouldn't leave the house. You know, that's just my fat phobia. But that's how overweightness affects me. 5 pounds, 10 pounds, I am so depressed. I just am. And so people could be that weight and totally fine, and their self-esteem is intact. We may all know that that weight is going to catch up with you as you get older. So let's just get real about that. There is no magic plan. No one, I think, really has it. You have to determine for yourself what's going to work for you. And I'm going to say this has nothing to do with food, and this helps me stay abstinent with my food. After 5 p.m., my phone is shutting down. I'm not taking calls. I'm not sending texts. I don't want to really get any texts from anybody. Like, I can't have any deep conversations after 5 p.m., really. It has to be like my best friend. Boris is the only one I can have a conversation with. And he knows that by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, my phone is off. Off! I need to do that because my trigger where I do emotional eating is in the evening and at night. So that's something I've learned. And even like now, it's even more of an emphasis, like with social media and the news. 5 p.m. ease out of the world and just be quiet. Maybe play my music keyboard, things like that. Like find something. I do audiobooks and I'll let the audiobook play. I'll watch my favorite tarot readers on YouTube. They're so cool. I love it. I love it. But I love astrology. Now I'm really getting into it. I like to give shout outs to talent. Cancer Moon's Tarot. He's really cool. And then Mr. Divinely Inspired. Yeah, Minnow Pond Tarot. You are so cool, dude. If I can call you dude. Is it okay if I use a gender on you? I dig him. And the books he reads and everything, I'm right on point with him. I love what Minnow Pond Tarot said recently. He goes, you do 1 push-up, and then you do 2, and then you do 3, and then you do 4. And then you do a half hour. I was at the gym today and I was thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, because I do a lot of cardio. I love cardio, and that's good for your head. I found cardio to be really helpful when my dad passed away and I was losing my mind. I'm glad I made it through. But you know what helped me? Cardio. So Minnow Pond Tarot. Yeah, I was doing 15 minutes, then a half hour, then an hour, then an hour and 15. Now I do 2 hours. And it's been years now. Joined the gym that's just blocks away with a sauna and a pool. Oh. So you gotta find those things, and you gotta just build it gradually. And I weigh and measure my food. Maybe you'll weigh and measure 1 meal. So then I'll share this about weighing and measuring. You have a bank account and you have expenses. So you gotta earn a certain amount of money to cover your expenses, right? If you don't earn enough money to cover your expenses, you're gonna struggle, right? You're debting. I see food the same way. Food is energy, right? Money is energy. So because on a good day, 4 ounces of chicken is 4 ounces of chicken. On a really rough ass day, 4 ounces of chicken is a whole chicken. I'm gonna rationalize that I could eat that. I'm putting the food on the scale. I know what it is. And then what I'm saying after that, if I feel like I'm still like hungry or deprived, it's like, well, 4 ounces of chicken has worked for you for years. Why is it now that you wanna overeat? Look at the feelings behind why I wanna overeat. Maybe write about it. Maybe there's a conversation I need to have the next day. Not at 5:30, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, where I'm gonna feel vulnerable and I'm gonna go to sleep with all of that tension, maybe of a conversation that I need to have with someone. Maybe I need to stand up for myself. Maybe I need to be assertive. Maybe I need to learn how to be assertive. A book that helped was The Courage to Be Disliked. Believe me, as a transgender woman, having lost most of my friends and my family because they didn't approve of my transition, hell yeah, baby. Sometimes you live in your life, maybe losing that weight, being really fit, breaking maybe a family behavior, which is we all eat like this, we all drink like this, we all spend money like this, we all have debt that is so commonplace within the family, that you getting clean, getting sober, getting solvent, getting abstinent with your food, not cheating on people, you know what I mean? Like, you know, being honest with your relationships. You might be breaking a big family tradition there. I, for one, but the transition with gender was really like the icing on the cake. I'm not doing a Don't Cry for Me Argentina. I'm just saying all this as examples of like, once you get your life together, you know, people may not like the new you. And so, that being said, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this, you gotta love yourself. Like, I've learned to really love myself. Like, for me to have done my transition, for me to have stayed abstinent with my food and sober with alcohol, and have looked at my spending and my codependency and all of that in the last 33 years, having gone through the loss of my dad, like really flipping and not totally flipping, by taking care of myself, by going to the gym, finding things to kick up the endorphins, kick up my self-esteem. All of this is emotional sobriety, can lead to then like a sober lifestyle with food, alcohol, spending, sex. I have to just watch everything that I think about, that I put in my mouth, that I kiss, that they kiss me. Everything has to be like evaluated. Not too closely, but you know, I just gotta make sure everything is gonna be working for me. Why? Because I love myself enough to care about myself and who I'm around, who I'm with, what information I'm feeding them, what they're feeding me, and making sure that it's cohesive, it's loving, supportive. So that's going to conclude this video, right? What the hell did you learn from this? Nothing. Well, I hope you learned something. I hope you learned this. You have to want it. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. It's a long video anyways. But I hope you watch the whole thing. And I hope you watch my other videos. And I hope you support my cooking show. And Sobriedad's Fierce Cooking Show is under Sobriedad Network. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to my show, honey. Welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. When you're feeling blue, you don't know what to do. Carrying such a heavy load, honey. Feels like you're all alone. You need a new recipe. Well, I'm the one to see. Friday rolls along, you wanna hear my song. So welcome to my show. Welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. My show is so hot, honey. The fish, the meat.
Hey darlings.
Hi, Holas. My name is the super sexy, super fabulous, and super desirable Soraya Sobriedad. Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my show. We're making a traditional dish, very Puerto Rican. This is corned beef guisado. And I'm just really glad to be here. I'm gonna go into the ingredients for a little bit, but you know, I wanna just say that you want all my love and my devotion. You want my recipes right from the start. I have no doubt that I can cook for you forever. The only trouble is we really don't have the time. I have one half hour. That's all I have to spare. 1/2 hour, and I know all my viewers care. Baby, 1/2 hour, just a half hour, that's all I have to spare. 1/2 hour, and I know my viewers care. Woo. We have 1/2 hour to do this recipe. Hola mi amores, hi. Okay, so let's go into the ingredients for this dish now. Let's start with the primary ingredient. We're going to use 1 12-ounce can of Philippi's corned beef. All my Latin dishes, there's a base. And so I made some real nice fresh recao, right? Which the recao has onions, has garlic, it has a green pepper, it has cilantro, it has recao, right? These are very Latin herbs, and it's pureed, and then it's refrigerated or frozen, and then you use them as you need them. And then what we do with this, we stir fry it with oil. So this is the olive oil with achote infused in it. So I wanted to give this dish natural coloring, and the achote seeds work so well to this dish because I want this to be very red. And since we're talking about red, then the Goya tomato sauce, right? We're gonna put maybe 1 to 2 cans, and then we have I have some additional minced garlic. We have some onion that's chopped, and I'm gonna add some red pepper. And so I have some chopped cilantro. Those are the herbs that I'm gonna saute. Now this is the powdered spices that we're using. It's my boyfriend, Mr. Turmeric, he's always here with me, and he's such a dedicated boyfriend. And then we have this the veggie base that I've been using again to kind of add a little chicken, Corney, Jimmy's corned beef recipe. And add a little bit of that, just a little. So just my straight up adobo. Alright, darlings? And then ground cumin, a little bit of oregano. If you didn't see the cumin here, the cumin has a ginger. I have some barley that's already cooked. White rice already cooked. Here it is. And then the recipe goes for French fries. Crinkle cut French fries go really well with this. I made them in the oven. I wasn't gonna fry them. Hell no. And I made them so they're kind of like slightly crisp because I didn't want them to be soggy in the dish. So those are all the ingredients. Yes. And now we're gonna go into prep. So let's go. Hey darlings, here we go. I just put some fire to the caldero. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the oil. And I like to weigh and measure my oils. As soon as I put the oil, it's gonna start sizzling. I hope it doesn't get on my silver metallic dress. Okay, as I stated, and I'll lower it a little bit. I've added 3 tablespoons. We're gonna add the recao. I love how that's cooking. You know how I love to hear food sizzle. So I have 2 tablespoons, 2 heaping, 3 heaping, 4 heaping. Okay, so we just added the recao. I always like browning my garlic, my recao.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna use 1, 2. I'm gonna use 1, 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna use 1, 2. I'm gonna use 1, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. I'm gonna put the heat back up because it Sobriety, turn me inside out. Round and round, I say, I turn them upside down. Oh, I love to turn them inside out and round and round. So we just put like about 2.5 tablespoons of chopped garlic. Here we go now with the onions garlic. Oh honey, we're gonna put a lot of onions in here, chopped. We let the onions, brown first and kind of cook a little bit, not too brown. What is that, like 4 tablespoons? I think I'm gonna probably put 4 of the onions. It's like 5 tablespoons, maybe 1/3 cup of onion. Okay, chopped. And I'm gonna add now the red pepper. I want to add in just little slivers, like slices like this, not chopped like the onion. I'm gonna bring the camera so you can see what we have here, but I don't want too much of the red pepper because it's gonna be a really red dish anyway. But I want a little bit of the red pepper, so when I serve it and I garnish, that we have some red pepper cooked into this dish. And now I'm gonna show you like this. So here are the ingredients. This is the recao, the olive oil with the anato, the onions, the garlic, the red pepper, and we're gonna let that saute a little bit, okay? Alright. Hi darlings, I just want to see my outfit. I feel so fierce in this outfit. Can you see the in my waistline that darling? I love this dress. I think it's so good. Don't you think? Let's get back to the recipe. yes, honey, this onions and all of that, what you see in front of you right now in the caldero, we want to cook that down a bit. Okay, we're going to add the corned beef. But look at the corned beef, one big chunk. Okay, I'm going to bring the camera down, but I'm just going to just loosen that up a bit, so to speak. Just chop it up a bit, whatever, fork it down, loosen it up. Oh my God, it sounds a little interesting there. I'm just going to get the corned beef mixed in with the onions, with the garlic, with the frecao, with the red pepper, with the olive oil, right? I'm going to use cooking spray here too because I want this to cook nice with some fat, but not a lot of fat. And you know, cooking spray always helps, right? I'm going to get it out now. So you see my chichos? Oh my God, but this juice is so fierce. So we have some canola oil cooking spray. We're just going to spray it. We're going to bring up the heat a little bit because now we want it to cook up. This recipe is going to go so fast. The meat's already cooked. And so what we want is for this to stew up for 20 minutes. Once we have the tomato sauce, I have some smoked turkey neck broth that I'm going to add to this. See the corned beef? See how beautiful that already got softened, and I forked it out. I brought it down to mix in with the rest of the ingredients there. So now we're going to add the tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add the powdered spices. So let's see. I feel so fabulous, I can't see. I love this outfit. I I love dressing up for all of you. You know, I want you to see what the testament of weight loss could be, you know? I think 1.5 cans is going to be the number. Yes, darling, and I'm going to show you. So that's now with the tomato sauce added. You see that it's starting to bubble? Now that's a little rich and thick, so we're going to add smoked turkey neck bone stock. We're going to add a cup of the turkey stock. Honey, yes, darling. I want you to see. Now that's the dish with the turkey neck bone stock. It's not as thick, so because we want to cook that down. I'm going to add a little bit more onion because I need to see more onion there. And then I'm going to add the powdered spices. I want to add some more onion. So that's 3/4 of a large Spanish onion. I'm going to add, that's about a teaspoon of cumin. I love cumin, darling. Some oregano leaves, 2 teaspoons of oregano leaves. And then we're going to add Mr. Turmeric. He's so handsome. I love Mr. Turmeric. I love his color. If you're brown, I'm down, darling. And in your case, you're golden brown. I mean, I love golden brown. I love all colors, darling. As long as you're good to me, darling. That's what counts. So with the turmeric, I would say about a teaspoon. Yes. And then you gotta watch the adobo on this dish because that corned beef already has sodium, right? And the turkey neck bone stock has some salt. So let's just be sparingly with that. Maybe like 2 teaspoons. And then we'll taste as we go along. If we need to add more, we will. And then my veggie base, which is about a teaspoon there. And something tells me I'm gonna use the rest of the garlic. So you can't, being Latino, you can never use too much garlic, darling. So we've got about 4 cloves of garlic that was chopped up. And I think that's it for now. Yeah. It is actually. Ooh, child, she's so pretty. But let you see. I think she's prettier than Soraya Sobriedad. This dish. Now, this has to cook low heat because it's already bubbling, but I want it to cook down some, okay? So that's with all the spices, and I'm gonna actually taste her. That is so delicious. Just a little bit more adobo. That's it. Now we're gonna cover her. She's amazing. I mean, she's amazing. She's really, really, really amazing. Amazing. Now you gotta be careful with her because you wanna keep her low, right? You don't want her to stick to the bottom of the pot. So we're gonna cover her. I'm gonna put the top for about 10 minutes and then we'll be back. With the 10 minutes that we're cooking this down, I decided after like 3 minutes to take the cover off to get some of the liquid up. We are going to cook the rest of this another 7 minutes uncovered at low simmering heat. The 7 minutes are up and we have the Jimmy Corney corned beef guisado just at the right consistency that I wanted it. I didn't want it to be too like stewy or soupy, and right now is exactly the way I want it. So now I'm gonna add the French fries. And then I'm gonna serve it because we're almost ready to taste, honey, because I'm starving. Oh my goodness, here we go. My hands are clean because what I'm gonna do is I love touching food, right? I mean, that's the whole joy, that's the whole joy of cooking is touching the food. Oh my God, delicious. And now we're gonna add French fries that are already cooked. That's just the way how the recipe is. You add the French fries, They're not fried, all right, they were baked. And then we're gonna have a few garnished on top that are not with the sauce. I'm gonna get my spoon. I want you to see what this looks like. Isn't that lovely? The potatoes are added in there like that, okay? And actually, I'm gonna add more potato and a little bit to garnish. And I don't want to stir in the rest of that, but that's how good that is. Okay, and that's it. That's it. And now we're gonna serve that with barley and white rice. And here we have Soraya Sobriedad's Jimmy Corney corned beef guisado. Oh my God, this looks so delicious. And there's an S here for Soraya. I painted on an S with the achote olive oil. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. That is delicious. I have to take another forkful. That is amazing. That's amazing. My God, that's so delicious. That's so delicious. I'm gonna put this down. I wanna relax and have some of that. That is amazing. So please try this recipe. Oh my God, that is amazing, amazing, amazingly delicious. It's different. I wanna say adieu, goodbye. Thank you for coming to my show. The recipe of Jimmy's Corney corned beef that was absolutely superb. The rice, the barley, everything was perfect. Please make this. And I want to just thank everyone for being here. And God bless my kitchen and all its little nooks. God bless this diva that loves to cook. And God bless all of you. So thank you so much for coming to Soraya Sobriedad's Fierce Cooking Show. Bye.
Welcome to my show, honey. Welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. When you're feeling blue, you don't know what to do. Carrying such a heavy load, honey. Feels like you're all alone. You need a new recipe. Well, I'm the one to see. Time it rolls along. You wanna hear my song? So welcome to my show. Oh, welcome to Soraya's Kitchen. My show is so hot, honey. The fish, the meat.
Hey, darlings.